What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Now, I know I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks, but new background, we got LEDs now, and I'm not even finished putting up all the LEDs. That's right, I have officially moved, and while I'm still going through some transitions, and it'll be a little bit of time before we go back to true full power Cocorn and TCG, I wanted to leave you guys with a little bit of food for thought as we kind of transition into better Zero content and hopefully some better variety content on the channel. Today, I want to talk about a deck that I love both in Zero and the TCG, Magnolia. Now, there were a couple of key nerfs that they did when importing Magnolia into Zero, and that means that it's not going to be as potent in decks like Mega Colony and Aquaforce, which could have a lot of potential, but because of the restrictions they added to Magnolia, it makes it not as good as just playing it in something like Great Nature. These restrictions were that in the TCG it's CB1, but now it's CB2, and that's kind of expensive in the deck that doesn't have a dedicated grade 2 countercharger. The second is that you can only target high beast rearguards with the Magnolia skill. That means you can't target the Aquaforce pieces, you can't lock their board with Mega Colony and then make the rearguard swing from the back and have scary turns. You can't really do that. Feels bad, but it works great in Great Nature, and I like that deck too. So I'll go over a couple of the key pieces. We'll show off some gameplay of this, and this is meant to be a conversation starter, not a conversation ender. So if you play your Magnolia different, or you think I'm capping on something in my list, that's totally fine. I want to know about it in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. So in the grade ones, we have to talk about Soft Tank Sloth. Now, a lot of people may have not been playing this. At first, I wasn't playing this, and I started asking around, and someone finally showed me the light that is a dedicated countercharger. We only play 2 because of space, but you can use your Binoculars Tiger or your Leopold skill from rear to target this, and when it gets retired at the end of the turn, you'll be able to countercharge 2. That's going to make your CB plays a lot more reasonable, and make it to where you don't just Magnolia skill twice and then lose the game. You'll have more chances to really apply pressure to your opponent. That's why I really like this card. Of course, we play Duckbill. Is it the Great Nature savior, or is it just a really good draw piece? I don't know, but hey, we still play it. And of course, this is really important. 4 Karis, or as most or some Magnolia players would call it, Bow Blacks. Take your pick. Yeah, I feel like you gotta play 4 of this, only because this skill's better than any grade 2 in the deck, with the exception of one other grade 2. It gains 3k for the Magnolia skill. So in Magnolia CB2, it'll target it, it gains 3k, it's now a 10k base. And then it also has a built-in plus 3k as well. So it's a 13k base, which is really gonna help you push 5 to 6, get rid of all of your opponent's PGs. Not only that, but it being a 13k base means it scales insanely well. Targeted by 1 Binoculars Tiger or Leopold, it's now a 17k. If you target it twice let's say you play 2 of them and you use their skills each once, it's got plus 8k and now to 21k. This card hits perfect numbers, and I feel like you have to play this. Grade 2s, we played the Assistant Guru Wolf because it's just a good card. It's gonna help you draw. Drawing cards is good in this game. Binoculars Tiger, still your most important grade 2 in a Great Nature deck. Plus 4k to rearguard is absolutely insane, especially when it's for free. And you're plussing from retiring. The Magnolia pieces I chose to play is 3 Gnosia and, wait for it, 3 Lattice. Yeah, I'm playing 3 Lattice. Most people don't like this card because, ew, it's Soul Blast 1. Well, if you don't play the Soul Blast draw, then your only form of Soul Blasting is going to be Lattice in your countercharger, which you're pretty much only going to get off once. And frankly, this is the only card that scales better than your Karis. Let's talk numbers. So, plus 5k with the Soul Blast, and then plus 3k with the Magnolia skill. Now you're plus 8k, it's hitting 17k. With any Leopold trigger or Binoculars Tiger trigger, now it's hitting 21k. Perfect numbers again, with no triggers hit for you offensively, at least. I think that's absolutely insane. You guys should be playing more of these. Maybe you don't need 4, but I think like at least 2 is a good number. I only own 3 Gnosia because me moving happened in the middle of the event, and then life happened. But I think this card's good. It's just really expensive, and in the TCG we don't play this at all, or we play like no more than 2. So like I think 3 or 4 is really good here in this game, and 0 because it just builds really good columns. In the grade 3s, just a few key things to talk about. Of course, we know about Mag. We're playing this deck to play Magnolia. It's how it goes. Leopold's gonna help you build numbers. I think it's a great heal trigger. You can also put Polaris on heal. I don't think it really matters. And of course, I play Polaris, right? Why Polaris over a Tester Fox or a Guru Wolf? I think the Legion mechanic is strong, but not as strong as a CB1 restand. I think the CB1 really makes this card shine here because you're already going to auto-ride Magnolia. You're going to be using that CB2, you know, that first grade 3 turn, maybe that second grade 3 turn. And sometimes you won't have that CB to close out games. And, you know, a 1 CB restander definitely works in that. And honestly, let's be real, all of the best restanders in Great Nature still scale better than Magnolia. So unless you're pushing 4 to 6 or 5 to 6, it's just not going to work. And even 4 to 6 is extremely risky going for a Persona Ride to close the game. I think this deck is a really confident 5 to 6er though. Just Persona Ride on 5 to 6 means their PGs don't matter, and that cannot be denied. But with that said, that's the deck guide. This one was really long, so if you stuck through it all the way, you know, thank you. Let's go to the games.
スタンドアップザ・バンガードスタンド&ドローライスタンド&ドロースキル発動スペリオルライドバンガードにアタックチェックダメージチェックスタンド&ドローライ頼みましたスキル発動スペリオルコードヴァンガードにドライブゲットドロートリダメージチェックアタックダメージチェックスタンド&ドロースキル発動スペリオルライド来い来い行けスキル発動リアガードにアタックチェックゲットドロートリガーアタックスキル発動ダメージチェックヴァンガードにアタックダメージゲットヒールトリスキル発動スキル発動スタンド&ドロー絶望せそして地に倒れる苦き水を削るがいいライ有限のリベンジコーモルドレッドパンチリアガードにアタックアタックダメージチェックヴァンガードにアタックセカンドチェックダメージチェックゲットヒールトリガースキル発動スペリオルコースキル発動スキル発動スタンド&ドロースキル発動スペリオルライドスキル発動スペリオルコール リアガードにアタック。リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。チェックゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。ダメージチェック。スキル発動。ヴァンガードにアタック。ダメージチェック。ゲット。ヒールトリガー。スタンド&ドロー。こうお願いします。アタック。ヴァンガードにアタック。セカンドチェック。ダメージチェゲット。ヒールトリガー。リアガードにアタック。スタンド&ドロー。コール。いけ。スキル発動。来い。リアガードにアタック。リアガードにアタック。ヴァンガードにアタックチェック。セカンドチェックゲット。ドロートリガー。ダメージチェック。スキル発動。アタック。ダメージチェック。ドロートリガー。スキル発動。スタンド&ドロー。ブレイクライド。幻すら見られぬ闇。暗き闇の力を我。ライド。リベンジャー。ファントムブラスターアビス。スペリオルコード。頼みました頼みました。スキル発動。スキル発動。シークメイト。光なき世界で互いを知る者。時の世界の生まれ。魂と魂をつなぐその力を我が手に。スキル発動。スペリオルコード。アタック。ダメージチェック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ダメージチェック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンド。スキル発動。ヴァンガードにアタック。ゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンド。スタンド&ドロー。いけ。コール。コール。リアガードにアタック。 リアガードにアタックチェック。セカンドチェック。スキル発動。ヴァンガードにアタック発動。